Hello, Australia. It's way too close for comfort. Hello, Australia. Welcome to Psychic TV International. Surprise! I know Harry, unfortunately, has called in sick tonight. He's feeling a bit unwell at the moment. So you've got my pretty face to entertain you for the next hour. So thank you for joining us tonight, Jocelyn. Again, the first one. Good to see you there. Hi, Anna. Good to see you as well. So do say hello so I know you are on the thread. You've got me again tonight, week 3, so very lucky people. If you can, so we have Remo on tonight, so Remo will be doing readings for you lovely people tonight. So if you would like a reading with Remo tonight, simply just like and share this page, and in the comments mention that you have liked and shared with your question, and we'll get stuck into those questions twice. It was actually 3 times, Anna. This is my third Saturday, but technically, yeah, two weeks, yes, but the third one was a short one because I was actually unwell myself, but I was still on for about 40 minutes. So 3 weeks going. So thank you to everyone. It is winter solace, so I can't say that last word, but you all know what I'm talking about. So it is that tonight, which spiritually I'm actually not too familiar of its origins, but I do know that it's the shortest day of the year for us here in the Southern Hemisphere. So I actually didn't even really notice the difference, to be honest. But yeah, apparently as of tomorrow, the days are going to get a little bit longer. I think it's like a minute or almost a minute each day leading into daylight savings. So that has started. Great to see you all kicking in. We do have, so on psychictvinternational.com, you can get a reading with one of our psychics who are currently available. So we have Judith Sky, who is actually on a call currently. So she's on a call, but her pin is 9125. Amazing Grace is available on 9888. Benjamin on 9166. Kat on 9803. And Natalie Norton Baker on 9810 if you would like a guaranteed reading. Of course, we do have mini readings here tonight. So if you would like a mini reading for free, simply like and share this page. And then in your comment or in your section thing, when you write your question, just write like and shared with your question. And we'll get stuck into some readings tonight. Hi, Nat. Hi, Robert. Hi, Rooney. Hi, Janie. Hi, Donna. Good to see you all jumping on. So yes, you've got me. So if you watched Thursday's show, so I actually host Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. We have a guest psychic on each week on a Thursday night, and Remo was actually my guest previously. So you've got us both again tonight. So if you watch Thursday, then you're in for another treat tonight as well. So I'm going to bring Remo on now. I'll have a bit of a chat. Hello.
Hello, Michael. How are you?
Good to see you again. I feel like I just spoke to you.
Yes, it does feel that way, doesn't it? Deja vu, like you said backstage.
Yeah, it does. It feels a bit like deja vu.
Yeah,
because you were only on my show 2 nights ago. So you're here, which is fantastic. So you've had some, as I was saying to you backstage, there was some really great positive feedback from the show, and people really just enjoyed learning a little bit about your story and how you sort of came into being the wonderful person that you are. But for those that maybe missed it, do you just want to let everyone know what type of psychic you are and how you work?
Sure, definitely. Well, I'm a psychic medium. So as I was saying on Thursday, my readings are usually a combination of both the psychic and the mediumship. So the mediumship is connection with spirit, people in spirit, people that have passed. Usually it's people we know, but sometimes people we've never met do come through, but we know of them. There's usually some way to validate that if we don't actually know the people. And there's usually messages there. Sometimes it's just, the evidence they bring through proves to us who we're talking to, and it's just a reassuring feeling that they bring forward, a feeling of love, basically. And then the psychic readings are tuning into someone's energy and seeing what's happening in their life, whether it be relationship, work, just life in general. So it's usually a combination of the both. That's how I work. So
okay, so you'll do mediumship questions tonight if they come up?
Yes, sure. It's that they are quick readings, as Michael said, but if you have a mediumship question, a mediumship reading that you'd like me to do, sure, I'm happy to do that.
Anna said, "Oh my God, we've gone backwards by 2 days." It's like that.
Yes.
It has that. And I saw Sheree was out. She's going to watch it back later. Yeah, it's definitely the good thing I think about with Thursday, especially with not just you having just been on as a recent guest, but as general. It's one of those shows that, you know, unlike tonight where it's more personal because it's the readings are for the person who's asking the question. The good thing about Thursday is it is a generalized show, so you can go back at any time and watch it and learn something again, get a reminder, or if you missed it, you know, it's still, you can still gain something out of it from the Thursday show.
Definitely, yeah, and I think it's something that people should, if you have an interest in this field, not to necessarily do it yourself personally as a work path, but it's a very interesting field, and I think having the different psychics on, giving the different experiences and points of view is a good way to learn.
Yeah, and I loved the way how you developed your gift and how it started later for you. So people have to go back on Thursday to find out how that happened for you.
Yeah, it was interesting to say the least.
It definitely was. Yeah, people have to go and watch Thursday. They can go back and watch it. But we'll get stuck into some readings for you. I'm going to give you Jocelyn to begin with.
Okay.
She's asked, what do you see significant for me, please, in the next few weeks?
Okay. Hello, Jocelyn. There's quite a few things there, actually. The first thing I see is, it's like, you know, it's like I feel that you're moving forward in life. I feel you're always thinking, you're always got ideas coming in, and you're always doing things to move forward. I feel you're quite a positive person. Your energy feels quite charged, positively charged. But I just feel there's like an energetic shift within you. And I feel that, you know, I can see there's questions about work, there's questions about moving, there's questions about career paths. There's even a little thing about self-employment that I can see in there. Whether that's doing a little business on the side, I'm not sure, but there's something in there that I can feel as well. There's also partnership, whether you should consider the career path or the self-employment energy that I feel with a partner, whether you should do it by yourself. So I feel there's quite a few things coming up, but I feel focusing on yourself. It's like your energy is coming to a high point at the moment. It could be fueled by the solstice as well, like Michael was saying just a moment ago. But there are quite a few things coming up, but I feel focus on self at this point in time. And I feel you're going to reach like an energetic high point over the next few weeks. But I feel work and career are probably the main one that I'm feeling coming forward. But focusing on self will help you decide which path to take. And I feel there's a lot of people telling you things, giving you advice, but, you know, trust yourself. Listen to what they have to say, but trust in yourself.
Yeah, I think we spoke a bit about that on Thursday as well, that the trust is so important. With the solstice, like the solstice that's happening today, is there any significance to you, or is there anything that you sort of connect with it?
I'm a bit like you with it. I'm aware of it because people talk about it, but I don't really sort of know that much about it or really look into it. But I have to say, I have felt very strong energy the last 2 or 3 days. I think it was 3 days ago where I was thinking, you know, what is wrong? Why am I feeling this way? My energy felt so heavy. And I just took a moment and thought, well, there's nothing the matter. There's nothing going on. There's no one sick, or there's nothing happening. But I just had this feeling that I couldn't shake. And it took me about a half a day, 3/4 of a day to get rid of this feeling. And then I realized, it is the solstice energy. So we are affected by the energy of the earth. And sometimes, you know, we may think it is something else, but it could simply be just that we are being affected by the energy.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true. Hi to Jen. Hi to Karina, to Madeline. Anna's loving your background. A few people actually come. Everyone loves your background.
Thanks,
It
guys.
is a beautiful background. And so for those that are jumping on, if you would like a mini reading with Remo tonight, you just have to like and share this page, and then in the comments just mention that you have liked and shared with your question. Please try and just post your question once. I know we get excited and we want to keep posting it because we want to get seen and get read, and totally understand that. I actually just worked down a list. So basically, production in the background star the questions as they come in, and then I just work down that list. So by repeating your question, it doesn't actually put you up to the top of the list. So whenever you've posted your question, that's when we get to it. I don't even know how that happened. I'm not even touching anything. But just like what Cherie said, so thank you, production, for all the little magic angels that are happening in the background there. So yeah, if you can just post your question once, by posting it multiple times doesn't bring you up to the top of the list, it just brings you down even further. So and it just allows the space for other people to post their question and be seen as well, so it doesn't clog up the feed. That is the housekeeping done for today, and the question and answer session of this period is over. So Carrie has asked you, would like to know if work is going to get better for me or if a new role will come in soon.
Okay, hello, Carrie. Well, the answer is yes, but I feel it's like something has to shut down, something has to finish, something has to run its course. This is what I'm feeling, to lead you into the new role. So sometimes, we can't, I think sometimes we get a bit of a surprise where something new comes from. We may be sitting in energy that doesn't feel that great, and we want to move on from that energy, move away from that, change it. So I feel, let it run its course, let it run a little bit longer. And I feel the role will be new, but I feel it will be a continuation or an extension or a modification of something that you're doing now. So what you're doing now is going to help you in the next role. So I feel a little patience, a little trust, let it run its course.
Thanks. Perfect. And just let the rest happen. Nita has asked, would love any messages from any heavenly family, please.
Okay. Hello, Nita. Okay. The name looks familiar, and I'm getting a feeling that is kind of familiar that I've had before, and it's like someone that has a really strong connection with spirit. It's like I'm looking at Nita's picture, and it's like I can see people in spirit reaching forward almost to reach out to Nita. I want to go to the father's side, and I want to go to father's side even. So I want to go to the grandfather on the father's side, Nita. I'm getting an energy of, it's like my throat chakra is actually closing up as I focus on your energy. So I'm getting an energy of someone that couldn't really express themselves, had difficulty getting the emotions, from the heart to the throat and out properly. So the message I feel I want to give to you from that energy is, just keep speaking your truth, speak your truth. I feel that you do that, and I feel this man knows that you do that, and he's proud of you for doing that. I feel there were times when you didn't do that, but I feel you're on that path of self-expression now, which he really likes. That's what I get from that, Nita. I hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And let us know, Nita, in the comments if you resonated with any of that. Hi, Ray. We've got a few people jumping on tonight, which is fantastic. With all that sharing around that you guys are doing, it makes a huge difference. I got some feedback for you from Jocelyn. Thank you so much, Remo. You're spot on. I've been thinking a lot about my career path, and yes, I'm definitely moving forward positively. Thank you heaps. You're amazing, and we love your calm energy. We do. We love. We spoke about this again on Thursday, but we did. Your calm energy. It's intoxicating. I love it. And Carrie has said, much appreciated encouragement and guidance. I'll continue to do my best, stay focused, and be patient. Key word there is patient.
I think so.
I'm still learning how to do that. One day.
We all are, Michael. We all are. We all have things that we can't be patient about.
I know.
Yeah.
And growing up in an Italian family, as you would know, what is
Yes. Yeah.
patience?
Yeah. It doesn't exist. Is there a
It
word for
does
that in
not
Italian? I don't think
exist.
there is.
I, I don't know. There probably isn't because it doesn't exist. They didn't even make a translation for it. Um, you gotta laugh. Okay, Rooney has asked, sending love to you, beautiful souls. I'll put the question away after I read it out for you. I'd like to kindly ask if the man who has captured my heart and soul will soon come into physical union with me, as we already have a deep spiritual connection. Will he finally open up and share his deep feelings he's been holding inside? So I'll let you just digest a little bit before I remove it.
Okay. I was actually getting what Rooney was saying about the feelings he's been holding in. I did feel the energy of someone that's holding on to things. I feel, let me start with you, Rooney, because sometimes, focusing on someone else's energy can be the pathway forward. But I feel here it's you. I feel you're quite an open person, and I feel you're quite. I can feel you have a warm heart. Your energy feels lovely, and I feel you will create a safe space, because with the person that you're talking about, as I was saying, I felt that closed off feeling. And, it's usually fear of the past, repeating itself. But again, I feel patience, creating a safe space. And in his own time, yes, I feel that he will. But I feel the key is just to make him aware that he is in a safe space, a space that's not about judgment, a space that's about helping, and a space that's about moving forward. But I feel it's just fear of the past repeating itself that I'm getting from this person. And I did feel that holding on. So I feel there's quite a bit of tension there. I feel with him, though, I feel it stems from family life, not necessarily from past relationships. So there's an energy of like seeking validation that wasn't given. And that's kind of why he's withdrawn. That's what I'm feeling. I hope that makes sense. I hope maybe you can let us know if I'm on the right track. But if I am, just give him that safe space, give him the patience, let him know that, just being truthful with himself is the way forward.
Yeah. And really good advice, I think, just for overall, for everyone in a relationship or starting one, sometimes, or even just in a current relationship, sometimes I think it's really great we just need to, understand each other. Sometimes, we do need some space, and it's not to take it personally. It's just, sometimes, we forget that we're human sometimes, and it's sometimes a bit of distance, a bit of space here and there can be really strengthen even the relationship.
Yeah, that's right. And fear of things happening that happened in another relationship can be a can be something for everyone. I think everyone can experience that.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about that and expressing that is always a good thing.
Yeah, 100%. Veronica has asked, my friend Norm passed a few months ago. Is it too early to connect with him? If not, how is he doing on the other side? And thank you.
Okay. Hello, Veronica. No, certainly not too early. So I think Michael and I touched on this on
Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday show. Yeah. Sometimes I have people that haven't passed yet, but are not very well, and they start to drift in and out, and I feel them as if they are passed. So there's definitely no, in my opinion anyway, there's no right or wrong time. I feel once people do pass, from my experience, I feel they're all doing well. They don't feel the pains and the stresses that they felt here, but they express them. So me telling you how they felt when they were ill is not me feeling what they feel now. It's just what they used to feel, and they're expressing that. As I was saying that, you said your friend Norm. Was there a car that Norm loved? It's like I'm seeing a vision or an image of a car. I feel like it's a convertible or some kind of a sports car, not an average car, put it that way. And it's like having fun. It's like having a lot of fun. So I feel it's something that he was passionate about, this car, having a lot of fun. I feel that's what he wants to put across to you. Don't forget to have fun and keep having fun. Life goes on. He's doing fine now. And, you know, he doesn't feel anything that he felt when he was here anymore. But the message for you from him, I would say, is have fun and just enjoy life.
I think that's, yeah, for everyone. Have fun and enjoy life. You know, Nita has said that would have been my pop. I lived with him and my granny until I was 5. And yes, he had trouble communicating with me as he was injured in both world wars and he wasn't well. So I'm happy and blessed that he's around, me encouraging me to be myself and give me the strength to talk up. So thank you for that. You're spot on with that reading there for Nita.
Thank you, Nita.
And Veronica has said yes, sports car.
Okay, great. Okay, so yeah, there was definitely a message of fun in there, and I feel that he loved that. And, you know, I don't know if you're not having fun at the moment, Veronica, but it is a message about just enjoying life.
Well, I think if I remember, Veronica, I think you're about to go away soon in the next few months. You're going overseas, so there is definitely some fun. Yeah, okay, interesting.
I remember doing a reading for Veronica. Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's about to go overseas soon, or it's coming up. So I think touching on the fun thing, as you said, definitely take that with you as you go overseas, and just in life, I think all of us just need to have some more fun. I mean, with what's going on around in the world, we don't need to talk about it because we know what's happening.
Yeah,
I always say control what you can and just have fun.
Yes, life is short, isn't it? Sometimes it goes so fast.
I mean, you would know. They come and talk to you. So
yes, true.
Just like Kathy has asked, just wondering if there's any messages from a loved one or loved ones.
Okay. Hello, Kathy. Straight away, I get the words mum and dad. I get the feeling of like a reunion. I feel I want to say dad passed first and then mum. That's the feeling that I'm getting, but it's like a reunion, a reuniting of their energies. And I feel with that, you know, if there is family members or someone in the family that you haven't seen for a long time, or there's been a bit of a disconnection, I feel it's about reuniting a family, reuniting of family energies. But yeah, I feel mum and dad's energy with you. I feel you were very close with mum. Again, this is kind of a familiar feeling too. But that's the little message that I get there. Family union, reunite with family. I feel that would make mum and dad very happy. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, Kathy. I hope that makes sense. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for that. I'm going to move on and give you. Robert has asked if you can tell me what I have coming up in the next 6 months or any significant events.
Any significant events? Okay, Robert, with you, I'm also getting like energetic shifts, energetic changes. I feel you haven't always been sort of interested in spirituality or psychics or mediums, but I feel over the last few years you have, and I feel it's changed your energy. I feel it's made you more self-aware, and I'm getting the word brother. I don't know if you have a brother. I feel it's someone younger. Also, I feel like you're a bit of a role model. You have a lot of influence on a lot of people. A lot of people look up to you. So, you know, it is about just you being true to yourself, you standing in your own truth, speaking your truth. And then those people that look up to you are just following your lead, basically. You know, you're just leading by example. There's something else in there, though. I'm getting the word holiday, but I feel it's like 8 months. I feel it's after the 6-month period. I feel it's to another country. So that is coming up as well. But in over the next few months, I feel it's just about working on yourself. I feel it's just about taking time for yourself and just becoming familiar with your energy and how it's changing and how it's changed over the last couple of years. So I hope that makes sense, Robert. Thank you.
I like that. I like the way you explain that. It's very clear. So thank you for that. Veronica gave you some validation saying thank you. Yes, she plans on having a ball in Europe. I knew you were going somewhere. About the sports car, you're spot on with that.
Perfect.
If you are wanting a guaranteed reading, I suppose, psychicremointernational.com is where you need to go. And we currently have The Amazing Grace available on pin 9888, Benjamin on 9166, Judith Sky on 9125, Nellie Norm Baker on 9810 if you would like a detailed reading. Of course, you can do mini free readings here by liking and sharing. And just, I saw Cherie gave an example. So this is what you do. For a reading, please like and share, then one comment, put you have liked and shared with your question. It's as simple as that. Just like Carrie Ann has done. Liked and shared. Just wondering, is there any messages from anyone in the heavenly land?
Okay. Hello, Carrie Ann. How are you? Okay, I'm also getting mum and dad here. But this energy feels different. You know, the previous one was about reuniting. This one, it's like mum and dad are standing firm, standing next to each other. And I feel at the moment in the family, if there's a situation where, you know, you need to stand your ground, it is just simply about standing firm and just being true to yourself and true to who you are. I feel nothing more needs to be done, nothing more needs to be said. I feel you've said everything that you have to say. And sometimes, you know, there's only so much we can do. It really is up to the other person then to go away and think about that and decide how they want to act or react, and then it just goes on from there. But I feel just standing in your truth, I feel that's the energy that's coming through. Also I'm getting grandparent energy, and I'm seeing a photo of you. It's like when you were a little girl, and it's like you're on a tricycle, and I feel it's at your grandparents' house. I want to say mum's grandparents here. And I feel it's also a time for you to have some fun and to embrace some of that childlike energy, and just have some fun, just enjoy life. Because sometimes when there are issues within the family, it can disconnect us from having that fun that we need to do.
It's so true.
That's what I'm getting, Carrie Ann. But again, there's quite a lot of energy from people in spirit around Carrie Ann, quite a lot. It's like I can see like lots and lots of people in spirit coming behind you. And also that's a lot of support. You know, sometimes when we feel like we don't have support here in the physical, there's always someone in the spiritual that's there, that's got our back. And I feel like Granddad's saying, I've got your back, I've got your back. I feel that's something that he would have said. I feel there's also like a military connection there somewhere as well on the grandparents' side, and it's taking me to that sort of organized, regimented, even strict energy. So I'm feeling like, with what I was saying earlier about you standing your ground, I feel just embrace some of that energy, because sometimes I feel your energy's quite soft and you might want to give in to this person just to keep the peace. But I feel stand your ground and everything will work out.
Yeah, definitely. Great advice there. Kathy has given you some feedback saying you're 100% correct. My dad passed first, and then she got that exactly right. And then my mum joined him 20 years later. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
At the age of 99.
Wow.
I looked after my mum. We were very close as mum lived with me. 99 is such a
very special
age. Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing, Kathy. That is so beautiful.
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah.
God, 99. That's a almost 100.
It's a lot, isn't
That
it?
is
That's
living life. That is a lifetime.
a good age. Yeah.
Karina has asked, any guidance regarding love, and do you see children in the future?
Okay. Hello, Karina. Yes, I do see children in the future. I feel it's something that you should embrace it as something that will happen. I feel you have a loving, nurturing energy, so you'd certainly make a wonderful mum. And I feel just embracing that energy, or also I feel I want to go down the path of us being who we want to attract. So, and I'm also getting the word trigger. So I feel there's a lot of I feel there's been situations with relationships where things have triggered you, and I don't feel that's necessarily things from your things about you, things from you. I feel that's from the other parties that have brought things to the table that you just simply weren't comfortable with. But I do feel like it's like I want to jump forward 4 months, 5 months, even 6 months. I feel at the moment it's like you're on a plateau. It's like it's time for Karina. It's like it's time for you to enjoy yourself, just have fun, and just start to feel the energy of what you want to attract, who you want to attract. I feel it's more about the what you want to attract. So I do see just there's a quiet period here for some reason. I don't know if you're planning to go somewhere, or there's something that's going to just keep you just with yourself, working on yourself for the next few months, maximum 6 months, I want to say. And I feel that's quite important then to set you up for what's coming after that. But with children, I got the number 2 as I was saying that, so I'm seeing 2. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. But I feel the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months even is that crucial time of just taking some time for yourself. But I certainly see that coming up. It's on the horizon. It's like I've got a road in front of me, and I can see the sun in the distance, and the road is clear, and it's like the sun's obscuring part of the road. So until you get a little bit further along the road, you won't exactly see what's coming. But by the time you get there, you'll be ready. So I hope that makes sense, Karina. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that road can be very interesting sometimes.
It can be. We don't know what's coming up sometimes. So I feel if we're just in a space of awareness and trusting ourselves and know what we want more or less, I feel then when it does come along, we'll just know. We'll just sort of feel it and go, yeah, this feels.
Yeah,
this feels
and
good.
trusting that. Yeah, and trusting what you were saying before about spirits being behind you and having your back and things like that. It's like
Definitely.
Trusting and that you do have that support and you do have that guidance of spirit who will help and guide you along that road as well. So you are sort of protected in that sense as well.
Definitely.
Got a bit of a theme happening. Rebecca has asked, do you see work getting better for me around challenging relationships with peers, other managers, and has also asked the chance of a baby soon. But yeah, generally we just do one questions in this, so maybe just focus on the work situation for her at the moment.
Okay. All right. Hello, Rebecca. There seems to be a lot of I'm trying to read through this energy. There seems to be a lot of energy there, a lot of it's like a lot of different opinions, a lot of different viewpoints, a lot of different ways that people want to do things, but they're all directed at one space, one area, I guess, which is you. And I feel it affects other people around you as well. And there's that old saying where we can all be in the car, but only one person can drive. Because if everyone tries to take the wheel, then the car kind of goes a bit off track. I feel it's going to be a little bit still a little bit tough just for a little while, but I do see some of the energies that you mention here. So with peers, other managers, I do see people going, I do see people leaving. So I see space opening up there for change and things moving forward. And I just want to talk about your previous job. Like, what was that like, and what has come from there to this job? What have you brought from that job to this job? Was there anything that was similar with the two jobs? Was there something that wasn't working out previously and it's kind of happening once again? Maybe have a think about that. But I do feel that some of the people that you refer to, I'm seeing one, certainly one, probably two that will be leaving. That's what I'm feeling there. So I hope that makes sense, Rebecca.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Um, yeah, this is why I don't work for anybody anymore. I can't do it. I just work for
It's hard,
myself.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
it's
did it for
easy to
many
manage.
years. It's. I mean,
It's yeah, I did.
it can be good if you find the right place. I did have one job which
Yeah, of
was, I
course.
probably had a couple actually, which were really good. The people were really good, but yeah, it can be difficult. Definitely, I think the more people are
Yeah,
there, sometimes the
the
more
more,
difficult it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
more egos
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Ray
exactly.
has asked, may I please ask what guidance spirit has regarding my trip back home? Meant to be driving home 20 hours in a few weeks, but I've ran into some serious setbacks with my car. Not sure what direction to go from here.
Hmm. Okay, that's an interesting question.
Mm.
Um, had you done everything that you intended on doing where you are, Ray? I feel that's the first question I want to ask. Is there some reason maybe that you need to be there a little bit longer? Um, I mean, how are you feeling about leaving? Did you feel like it was time to go? I'm sensing maybe not. Maybe you did have to stay just a little bit longer. That could be the universe just trying to keep you there a little bit longer. I feel the issues with the car will be sorted. But yeah, I'm just wondering if you had to stay there a little bit longer for some reason. Maybe that's why you're being kept there. That's what I'm getting around that. I hope that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. It is a good point though. Like, spirit will do things for a reason to keep us
Sometimes,
somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes things have a funny way of working out. Like I see you coming home, and it doesn't. There's. It's not like you don't want to or you won't, and it's not like where you went, the energy doesn't feel good. That feels good too. It's like I'm just getting the energy of it's like it's not quite ready. It's like something holding you there for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Maybe the answer will come quite soon.
Hmm.
Um, Lisa Lee has asked, just feeling a bit down and defeated. I'm moving, trying garage sales to downsize, but worried about having enough to take stuff to the tip and having enough for helpers to move. See what you can kind of gain around that. I'm not sure exactly what the question is here,
Yeah,
but
let
I
me just
think
have
it's
another
just more
read.
about moving.
Moving and feeling down and defeated, I guess, as well, wondering why. Um, Trying garage sales to downsize. I'm worried about having. Okay. Well, let's start with the feeling down and defeated. I guess there is a feeling of overwhelmed there. Um, have I guess sometimes when we take a lot of burden on as well, we can tend to take a bit too much on. Um, and also, the energy that we spoke about recently as well isn't going to help the solstice energy. I feel that can add
Mm.
any feeling of being overwhelmed or any feeling of being a little bit stressed. I feel that can amplify that as well. But I would just say to you, it's not always about having to sort of fix everything by yourself and do everything by yourself. I feel you've had a lot of responsibility and you've had to sort of step into that role and do that. But I feel yes, you are under a bit of pressure, but I feel the energy is amplified by what's happening at the moment, like we spoke about. Downsizing garage sales. I mean, there are different ways to offload things as well. Maybe look at other options, maybe giving stuff away or to sell those and things like that, because then that stuff's going to help someone else, and I feel that energy is a good energy. Because if there's any energy of being frustrated and feeling like you just have to throw stuff out, that's not good energy either, and I feel that's going to add to the energy of feeling down. And if there's a move here, I feel there's a move here as well, but you didn't really ask about that. But I feel there's something coming up there as well. But work on the feeling down and look at different ways of getting rid of things which are a more positive way, and that should help boost your energy as well. And also, don't be hard on yourself. I feel you've done a really amazing job with everything that's going on around you, and all we can really do is the best that we can do. So I hope
exactly.
Hope that helps with that question.
And it's so true as well. It's that mindset of if you're going to only focus on the negative, then that's all you're ever going to see it as. So
well, it's hard to change. It's hard to get to a positive space then if we're just focusing on the negative and just letting that overwhelm us. It's good to find something positive in there, start to focus on that, and then shift that energy.
Yeah, definitely. I have feedback from Ray. She said, "Thanks for your insights. Unfortunately, the car can't be fixed. It's just a matter of time when it dies. Matter of time when it dies, or does maybe, or both probably applies. If I take the risk and drive it anyway, not sure I'm able to stay either. Very tricky, but your perspective is something I didn't consider. So she'll see how it all unfolds."
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks for that, Ray. And I think too, just on that, like trust your gut too on that as well. If you feel like the car's not going to make the drive, maybe don't risk it. Or get a professional opinion. I don't know. I think just have your options. I know what it's like driving. I've driven from Melbourne to Perth, and it is like you don't want to get stuck, especially on the desert.
In the middle.
Because there's no one around, literally. Beautiful. Denny L. Oh, it's Miss Psychic D. Hey, Miss Psychic D. I have loved and shared. I'd like to ask if my business idea will take off, like I believe it will. I'm going to reach in there and slap you one in a really consensual and loving way. But I love you, Miss Psychic D. But anyway, off you go, Remo.
Okay. I think you've answered the question. I was going to say before I read the like I believe it will, I was going to say, sure, there's a business side to this where you've got to consider, the hours and the money and the logistics and all that kind of stuff. But I feel that the business is about just being true to yourself and just doing the business the way you want to do it in the way that feels right. So I feel if you're doing something that feels right, it's true, and I feel people will actually connect with that, and then through that, I feel the business will be successful. So, what I would say, what I'm feeling that I want to say is, yes, it's got to make money. It's got to be a business in the business sense of the word, but don't let that overtake. You doing what you love and doing it the way that you love. And I feel that will move forward, and then I feel through that the success will come. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you, Ms. Psychic D. We do love when she's on. Eva from the USA is watching. Thank you from the USA. I would love nice and early for you, I believe. And I think your longest day. I think our shortest day is their longest day, or maybe it's a different time. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself now. I would love any messages, forecasts for the next few months. It's been rough with our business, with our business, but I think things are sorting out.
Okay. Hello, Eva. Yes, I feel like things are sort of, the energy feels like it's still flat, like it's on a bit of a plateau, but that's good because it's not on a downward slide. So I feel it will slowly pick up. Once again, I feel I want to say, don't let the energy of the past few months sort of overwhelm you as well. Stay positive, keep positive. There's already been positive signs, so take advantage of those, work with those, and move forward with those. And I feel it's about the energy that you're putting back into the business. So just don't be overwhelmed by the difficult times which sometimes happen. I'm actually getting a spirit message here. I want to say, did one of your grandparents have a similar business or started a business, and it also had some rough times and then picked up, and then it was okay, it got through. So I feel like it's a similar scenario happening, and I feel like the message there is, just stick with it, stick to your guns, don't deviate too much just because times are difficult. So don't let a sense of panic set in other words. And I think things will certainly get better.
Yeah, definitely. Lisa has given you some feedback saying, thank you so much. Yes, I am moving and planning on passing what I can on, though very worried financially and having things running smoothly, but thank you so much.
Okay.
And I did see Psychic D has said, thank you so much. Love you guys, and I appreciate the support. That was the advice that's certainly needed. So thank you for that. And Kerry Ann, we're on a roll here, has said, thank you so much. I do reflect on so much what you said, and I do feel my loved ones are around me. And it's my stepfather's birthday today. So I had lots of reflection on his day.
Okay, thank you, Kerry Ann.
And happy birthday to your stepdad, did you say? Yes. Oh, stepfather, yeah.
Yes, stepdad.
Beautiful. Thank you to everyone that is watching and tuning in. We're not going to get to all your questions as much as I would love to, but you can connect with Remo on the phone lines if you would like a more private, detailed reading. And it's great with the phones because you can actually, one, connect on a much more deeper level, but go into a lot more detail as well that, we can't necessarily have the time or space to do on this platform. But keeping in the American theme, Karen from New York, any career insight, please?
Hello, Karen. Okay, so there's a move here in relation to career. I don't know if you've recently moved somewhere because of work or about to move somewhere because of work, but I feel that is a driving factor or something that will sort of govern. It's not so much about what you want to do. I feel it's about where you're going to do it. That's what I'm getting. But I feel I want to say go with the place that feels right. Go with the area that feels right, or the city, or the state that feels right. Wherever you're going, thinking about moving, go with the one that feels right, because that feels right for personal reasons and for work reasons as well. And if one of the is it near family? I feel one of them is near family, but that's what I'm getting. So follow what feels right, and I feel the work will follow suit. Hope that makes sense, Karen. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I have to laugh. Sheree has said, Saki D, you just did a Thursday night talking about manifesting your desire. So just keep manifesting and you'll get that gold. That's why I laughed when I first got the question when it came up, because Saki D was on my show on Thursday only I think 2 or so weeks ago, talking all about manifestation, and I thought it's kind of cute that she is going, "Hey, I've got this idea. I don't know." But sometimes even as a psychic, we need another psychic to
Of
help us.
course, of course.
I see
Definitely.
psychics myself. If I'm not seeing
100%,
therapists, I'm
yeah.
seeing psychics. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
definitely. Yeah, it's good. It's good to get another perspective, or sometimes some
yeah,
reassurance, and because we're all human at the end of the day, and sometimes guidance is a good thing.
yeah. And look, I definitely
Yeah.
rely on my intuition, but I can't read for
Mm.
myself. I need someone else to help me with that. So, yeah. But I had a little giggle, and all the spirits in my head had a little giggle too. People think people who meet me for the first time must just think you're not normal, and I'm like, no, I'm not at all. Joe has asked, would love any messages please on what's coming up on the next few months.
Okay. Hi, Joe. I want to say work and I want to say holidays, but I feel work is kind of sorted. I feel that area is kind of sorted. But I do see holidays. I do see holidays, and again, I want to go to that 6 month number, maybe even stretching to 8. But again, I also see that energetic shift that I feel a lot of people are going through energetic changes at this time, and I don't just mean little ones. I mean like sort of major-ish changes where people are just becoming more self-aware and realize more things about themselves and what they want and what makes them feel good and what they don't want anymore. So I feel for you, Joe, over the next few months as well, make sure you take some time to ground, be out in nature, and just really focus on your own energy. And when these things start to come up, things like holidays and things like moving, these sort of major-ish life kind of changes and decisions, I feel you'll be in a much better place to address them and to make the decisions from a practical business side point of view, but also from an intuitive point of view as well. I feel you are quite an intuitive person, and I feel just learning to trust and work with that intuition more, I feel will help guide you over the next few months. But I'm very curious about the holiday, the 6 to 8 month number. Very curious if you were planning something there, because I feel that's also something that will provide another energetic shift, like another change in your energy, another sort of level of awareness opening up. So I hope that makes sense, Joe. Thank you.
Interesting. We are starting to run out of time, so I'll give you your last few readings. Like I said to you on Thursday, and in the past, I can just sit and listen to you talk. I'm sure a lot of us could. So yeah, it has gone. It does go
It's
quick.
gone quick, yeah. It's nearly,
hours go quick. People.
It does.
Yeah.
I think it's nearly 9 o'clock. Yeah.
I know. And Michael is, how's your fur baby going? He's so two or 3 weeks ago, I can't remember when it was. When I was hosting a Saturday, my little dog came in and was just having an upset stomach that day. So he's all fine. But he's old. He's 13, so he's he's fine from that. But he's still got like ongoing. He's on medication for his anxiety, and yeah, he's very much like me. We both suffer from anxiety, and but we suffer together, which is great in a positive way. Yeah, no, he's doing fine. He's doing fine. Thank you for asking, though. I'm going to give you your last question, and I'm just going to pick at random for the night. And it's going to be. I'm going to give you. I'm drawn to Jennifer here. My fiance passed away 1 year and 6 months ago. He was the rock of our family. He was my strength and life, and it's been a real struggle since he's been gone. Any messages from my loved ones that have passed over would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, Jennifer. Hi. Sorry to hear about your loss. Okay. I just wanted to look at the photo. I'm assuming that's you in the photo, because it's like sometimes, when I'm looking at someone, I can see people in spirit, and straight away I'm drawn to the mother side of your family. So I feel there's grandmother, and I feel there's a great aunt there as well. And I feel they were quite strong women, women that held the family together. In times when their husbands weren't with them, times when their husbands were away, I feel they basically rolled up their sleeves and got everything done. And a passing is never easy. It's very, very hard. It's really testing. But I feel the messages coming from that side of the family, from grandmother, from great aunt, I feel is that you have the strength to move forward. You have the strength to do everything you need to do. And once again, I feel you are supported in the physical, but I feel there's a lot of support from the spiritual as well. And there's a message here about grief as well. I feel your grandmother went through a lot of grief as well, and I feel that the message is that it's ongoing and it's changing, it's ever changing, and it's just about it is like new energy coming on board. It's just not pleasant like some energy is, and it does take time to adjust and adapt to that. But the message here is one of strength, and know that you have the strength and you have the support. So I'll leave that with you. Thank you.
I think that's so important too. And again, like as the message is repeated throughout the day, throughout the night, it's that support and trusting that it's there and knowing that it's there.
Yeah. And sometimes it feels like we haven't got any strength left, or how can I possibly get through the next day or the next week or whatever. But I feel we're also resilient. We have that strength in us, and we just need a little bit of a boost or a bit of support to just reconnect with that strength.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for tonight, for coming on. If people
That's okay.
If people want to see more of you, they can go back and watch Thursday's show that's passed. There's a lot of great discussions that you talked about with your developing of the gift, and there was actually quite a lot we went through. So if anyone's interested, they can go back to Thursday and learn a bit more about you. Now, you're going to jump on the phone lines at all?
I will, yeah. I'll jump on when we get off for a little while, and if people would like to call that would be great. I'll also be on Monday as well for most of the day.
Perfect. So if anyone...
but I'll certainly jump on now.
Yeah, just for anyone that maybe does want to, or who has read with you tonight that probably wants a bit more information, Remo on Pin 9123 will be available after tonight's show. Again, thank you so much. I would definitely have you back on at some stage, so we'll speak soon. But until then, thank you so much for your time tonight.
That's all right. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
And thank you to... close up. We don't want that. I want to scare the people away. Before you all run off, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Cherie, your staffy gets anxiety when you watch football and because you yell at the TV and shakes and hide. I would go and hide too if I was hearing people yelling. Thank you for the amazing energy tonight. Was great. Yeah, definitely. And Cherie, go back and watch Thursday if you can. I know I'm plugging it, but hey, it's my little show that I do. So I am going to plug it. And Joe has just given feedback. So Remo, if you're there in the background, you can hear me. Joe's feedback is there that you can read. No, he can't hear me. But anyway, I'm sure he'll read that. So thank you for that. I am back this Thursday. Well, not this. So I'm back next Thursday. So Thursday at 8 o'clock with Benjamin. He'll be my guest next Thursday. So make sure you tune in to 8 o'clock. We're going to have a chat to Ben. We'll get to know him at a bit more deeper level and his gifts. So that is 8 o'clock this Thursday, or next, I say this Thursday, but you know what I mean. The Thursday that's coming. Harry should be back next Saturday, so you'll have Harry T back on his regular broadcasting time of 8 o'clock next Saturday. Thank you for those that have watched tonight. enjoy. Actually, before we do go, I'll just quickly see who's online on psychictvinternational.com. We have Amazing Grace on 9888, Benjamin, who's my guest on coming Thursday, available on pin 9166. Natalie Norm Baker on pin 9810, and very soon we'll have Remo on pin 9123. Thank you for those that have watched, and I will see you Thursday, and Harry will be back next week. Trust, be kind, and enjoy your